What's going on, everyone? This is Incredibly Average Joe bringing you another Madden 20 video. So quick note before we get into the video, my channel name is no longer Incredibly Average Joe. I'm actually making a change. It's going to be called Wizard of Woz now. Woz is my nickname. I've been called for a long time. That's the reason for it. If you follow me on Twitter, you already know about it. New logo, all that stuff. Just wanted to let you guys know. That'll be the last time we'll be doing the Incredibly Average Joe intro. Just wanted to make a change here. I think it's going to be good for my channel going forward in the future. So just to avoid any confusion going forward, just wanted to explain that here. I might mention it in the next video or two, just in case people miss this video going forward. So today I wanted to go over a really good coin making method, and I've seen other YouTubers have made videos on this method, so it's by no means my method. I didn't discover it. A lot of y'all probably know about it, but a lot of times, so before I started making videos, I'm not really someone that spends a lot of money on Madden. I'll spend like 20, 30 bucks, something like that, and I feel like the majority of people are like that. So when I see a method come out like this, a YouTuber will release a video and they'll say, yes, it's good or it's bad or whatever. You never really hear a lot of times the real numbers and like your odds of it being successful, because if you're buying packs, like this one kind of requires you to, potentially, you don't necessarily know if it's going to be profitable until you go and do it. And for someone who doesn't spend money on the game, you don't want to risk your money, and understandably so, because you don't want to spend a bunch of coins and then end up being in the hole on something that you thought was going to be profitable ahead of something like the Team of the Year promo where you're trying to save your coins. So what I did is I actually went through and did this money method. Let me show you in case you don't know what it is. Here under the sets, you can go to the Zero Chill category. Under the Zero Chill, you have the Gingerbread Man collectible set here, and all you have to do for this is you can put two 80 to 82 overall players in here and you get a Gingerbread Man. So why is that good? Because you can go down here and you can trade in 6 Gingerbread Men for Ted Hendricks. So basically you need 12 80 to 82 overall players to get a Nat Ted Hendricks. Now, why do you want Ted Hendricks? Because then you can take Ted Hendricks, and he is a 93 overall player, and you can put either 2 of him in here for a 94 Ghost of Present, or you can put 3 of them in here for a 95 overall Ghost of Past. So what I did was I was going for the 3, and I was going for the 95 Ghost of Past, and my plan was to go and complete the Patrick Willis set. So I was able to complete the Patrick Willis set. As you can see, I don't have a lot of coins right now. I actually am selling Patrick Willis. He's on the market, so I'll get plus 600,000 or so once that sells. But I wanted to go over the methods that I used to complete the set. I tried out a few so that I could tell you all which ones were the best for me, odds and all that stuff. So if you're someone who's no money spent, or even someone who is money spent and you just want to spend your coins wisely, definitely watch the whole video, because there's a couple tips and tricks throughout here to make sure you save your coins as best you can while using these methods. Alright guys, before we get into the video, if you're not subscribed already, make sure you do that down below. Hit the bell icon so you can know as soon as my videos come out. Also, feel free to join the Discord server that's linked down below. We've had people joining that lately. This method was actually posted in there a few days ago. It was talked about by some of the members in there. So yeah, you might see some of these things on YouTube, but really for methods like this and selling cards, like when power-ups come out, you want to know as soon as it happens, whether that's via Twitter, Discord, or whatever. Joining that Discord or following me on Twitter can really help you with that. So make sure you go join that Discord or follow me on Twitter if you want to get the latest news or the latest tips and tricks from members of my community. Okay, so when I first started doing this method, I started out with about 300,000, maybe 320, 330,000 coins, somewhere around there. So I didn't have like an obscene amount of coins. As you can see, I only have 56,000 right now. The first thing that I went and did, and I wanted to test it out, was you go to the store, and this is actually a really good pack. It's still really good. It's 500 coins, and it's get a player. Now, the majority of the time, you're just going to get a silver player. You might get a low gold. You want to get the 75 to the 79 gold. That's your goal, because once you get 5 of those, you can go put them into a set. I'll show you where. Now, I ended up spending 90,000 coins on just get a player packs. That's 180 packs. It's a lot of packs. And this is a pretty solid method. So basically I spent 90,000 coins. When I say I spent 90,000, I spent 90,000 and I had 6 Gingerbread Men. Obviously I had a couple little players in here left over that weren't able to go into sets yet, but roughly it was about 90,000 coins that I spent on the get a player to get 6 Gingerbread Men. So 90,000 coins got me one Ted Hendricks, which means 270,000 coins spent in there on average. I did this several times. On average would get me a 95 overall Ghost of Past. So if you go on the market here and look for these Ghosts of Madden Past, so the cheapest ones are really going for about 300,000. So you figure you spend 270,000 average opening those get a player packs, you'll pretty much make your money back, even on the cheapest one. But if you go down a little bit and you're able to pull Strahan, even would be profitable. Bo Jackson's profitable. Kevin Maway's very profitable because he's selling for 400. And then the best one you could pull is John Randall. You're making like 100,000 profit there, a little over that actually. So there is actually a chance for you to make a really, really good profit on this method. So basically my pack luck, if you will, during to get a player. It was mostly silvers, a couple of the lower golds. I think I kind of broke it up by each 6 gingerbread men set. I've probably opened like 2 or 3 elites, like 80 to 82. I never got anything big, like a 90 plus, so nothing like crazy astronomical odds that you can't hope to hit. Most of my pack luck was pretty basic. I would get a random elite here and there, and mostly silvers and mostly golds, and I just built myself up to about 90,000. So the other method that I went with the get a gold players. Now, get a gold is a lot faster. That is the bad part about the get a player, is it does take a very long time because you have to go and buy each pack, open. It takes a really long time. You have to go put them all into sets. Get a gold is faster, of course, because you're spending 10 times the amount of coins. You're getting better players, ideally, and then you could complete the sets faster. Now, when I did get a gold player, I did it twice. So I went through get a gold player twice and spent the same. I did the get a player first, so I went and I was like, okay, I'll spend 90,000, which is what it took me on average. It took me to complete 6 gingerbread men for Ted Hendricks. So I spent 90,000 both times on get a golds, and both times I had only completed 4 gingerbread men by the time I had spent 90,000. So really, part of that was because some of the players that I pulled were up on I pulled like an 84, 86. Of course, with the get a gold, you have better chances of pulling something like you could pull a 92 or 93. Obviously, that would be much more profitable. But the odds of that are pretty low. Again, I opened a good number of them. I didn't get anything great. If you want to do that, that's great. It's a little bit of a risk. But really, I found the get a player is better. And really, the main reason the get a player is awesome, and honestly, I would have hit it before. I probably would have hit it back at like the 80,000 mark. The reason I didn't is because I got a lot of power-ups, and power-ups can be incredibly valuable. I got a few Saquons, I got a Zeke, I got a couple other ones that are pretty good value, and those don't go into the sets. Those are just basically future investments for me on cards, or maybe a card I want to power up. You're not really going to get a lot with the get a gold. There's not many power-ups that are 70 plus. There are a couple, so you could get them, but generally speaking, get a player, you're going to get a lot more power-ups. So that doesn't really help you right now for this method, but it's really good in general because getting power-ups, they could, watch the market, watch the news. Those power-ups could be worth a ton of money at some point. I mean, look at the Patrick Mahomes one. It went up to 50,000 when his card was released. Lamar Jackson, I don't even know what it's going for right now, but whenever his MVP card is dropped, it's going to be very expensive. So if you're just ripping get a player and you happen to pull Lamar Jackson, you just made a lot of money. Hold on to that, by the way, until that card is announced, and you'll be making a pretty penny off of that. Okay, so what I said I was doing was I was ripping all these cards and completing sets. It's really simple. They're sets that have been in the game pretty much since the beginning. You just go to exchange here, and if you're doing get a player, which is again is what I'm going to recommend, you do this one here. You put your 2 players in, and just do it all over. Open all the packs all at once. Then you take those packs and the other players, put them in here. Y'all know how to do this. It's simple. You put 3 silver players, get a 70, 74. So then you trade in more gold players for 75 to 79. Do not do this set. Now, if you've watched another YouTuber's video, you know this. Don't do this set. This takes 6 gold players from 75 to 79 to get you an 80 to an 82. What you want to do is go back to Archive here, Mutt Heroes, Exchange, right here. It's an 80 to an 81. You only need an 80. If you only get 80s, that's fine, and it only takes 5 players. So the other exchange set takes 6 players instead of 5 because it has that chance of giving you an 82. You don't need an 82 for the purpose of this method, so go for the cheaper option. 5 of them get you an 80 to an 81. Use this. Make sure you use this over that other exchange set. Otherwise, you're going to be using an additional 75 to a 79 every time, and that's just, it adds up. It really adds up because you're going to be doing this a lot. It is a little bit time consuming, all these methods, but if you want to make coins in Madden, it takes time. It just depends on how you do it. So once you get enough of the elite card, we'll go back over to the gingerbread man set here, and you will take 2 of them, plug them in here, get your gingerbread man, right? So once you have 6 gingerbread men, you go put them in with Ted Hendricks, you get him that, you take Ted Hendricks, and I would recommend going for the 95s. It just depends. If you want to go for one of the sets that takes 94s, that's fine. The Patrick Willis set is really, really good, and that is what I was going for. So the first time I did this, I pulled Marvin Harrison, which was a bummer because he was the cheapest. And the second time that I did it, I pulled Kevin Mawe, who was one of the more expensive ones, which was really, really good. And so then I actually just went and I bought John Randall. So then I went and completed this set. So the real question here is this profitable? when you complete the pack, I'm going to do this specifically for the Patrick Willis set because this is probably the one that the majority of people want to do. If you would like to ask me about another one of the sets, by all means, let me know down in the comments below. I'm going to break down the math of the Patrick Willis set here, and I've got it on my phone, so let me pull it here. Actually, before we get into that math and everything, I wanted to say, instead of going and completing all these ripping all these packs and everything, which you might get, you know, a really good card every now and then, if you don't want to waste your time doing those packs and just going straight buy, you can buy 3 91 players. They're selling for about 90,000 currently. You could probably snipe them for more like 85 or somewhere around in that range, and that would get you to about 270,000. It would cost you about the same amount as what I averaged in my packs. And then you could trade, you see 3 of them in there for 91 to a 92, you get a 93. You can put those 93s in the 95 set just like you did with Ted Hendricks. However you want to do it is fine. That way's a little bit quicker, but you don't necessarily have the opportunity of pulling a really good card out of the get a player or get a gold set. It's just up to you. It's quicker that way. But you know, you don't really have a chance of getting anything good. You're just getting a 93 overall player, and that's what you're getting. So the problem with this set definitely being profitable or not, it's really just going to depend on your pack luck. If you open up a lot less packs, you'll get more lucky on your gold or elite pools, then obviously you're doing better. The really important pack though that you need to get lucky on is when you trade in those 393s and get the 95 back. If you pull 3 Marvin Harrisons out of there, that kind of sucks because Mawe and Randall are like 100,000 coins more, and that's going to leave you at a loss. But let's assume you can get really lucky on these pack openings. You open all 3 and you get the players you need. Like I said, I opened 2 and I actually got 2 of the players. So to break it down, it's 90,000 coins to go and get a Ted Hendricks or go and buy 91s off the market to trade in. You need to do that 3 times to trade in for a 95. So that's 270,000 coins. 270,000 coins for each 95. You trade that in 3 times. That's 810,000 coins. So if you are lucky with your pack pools, average luck on your ripping packs or in the market, all that stuff, is going to cost you around 800,000 coins. Now, it could cost you upwards of $1 million if you're unlucky and you have to go and buy one of these cards, sell back to Marvin Harrison, and go buy them in the market. Really, just like any of these methods, if you're ripping heavyweights, flashbacks, there's always a bit of risk. That's just part of it. Hopefully, you open the pack, you get somebody good. But if you get good luck, 800,000 coins is what you're looking at. So you've completed the set now, you've got the 3 cards back Nat, and you've got the 96 overall Patrick Willis. Now let's just assume you can keep all these cards. They're all very good cards, but let's just assume you want to make a lot of coins going into the Team of the Year, and you want to make as much coins as possible. So what I would recommend is selling Patrick Willis right now, because Patrick Willis is the best middle linebacker in the game currently. He will not be the best middle linebacker in the game in probably about a week. We have Team of the Year coming. We're probably going to have Wagner, Kuechly, people like that are going to be getting cards. He's not going to be the best middle linebacker in the game. So sell right now and buy him back later even if you want him. He's selling for about 600, 650,000 right now. Let's say after tax you get 600,000. That's roughly about what you would get. So that's 600,000 that you just made off of this set right there, okay? And you spent about 800,000. So what you can do after that, after you sell them, you get your 600,000. If you don't want any of these guys, maybe you're loaded on wide receiver and you don't need Marvin Harrison, or your offensive line is stacked, you can quick sell these guys, right? 12,600 training. So if you don't want 2 of them, you want to quick sell 2 of them, that's 25,200 training, right? So what you can do with that training, there's a lot of different things you can do with that training, but just to make it simple, you can go here and you're about 1,000 training short of a 95 overall playoffs hero. That's pretty much nothing. Now these playoffs hero, it's just going to depend on who you get. It's random, but they're selling for around 300,000. So let's just say due to tax, you lose 30,000. You sell it for 300. You could sell it for more, but let's say 300,000. You sell it for 270,000. So you now have 870,000 profit after tax that you've made off of this, and you spent about 800,000 building this set. So overall, you're looking at about 70,000 coins in profit if you have decent luck. Now, like I said, I had pretty average luck going through the get a gold, get a player. I didn't get anything awesome. I think my highest was an 86 out of a get a player. I didn't really have anything good. So if you have something better, you could be even more profitable. Or maybe you open the 95 Ghost of Madden pass pack and you get John Randall 2 times and then Kevin Mawe, a third. You could sell one of those John Randalls and then go buy the Marvin Harrison and you just made another 100,000. Obviously, there's a lot of different ways it can go, but generally speaking, you're gonna need a little bit of luck to get the cards that you need to be profitable. So would I do this in preparation for Team of the Year after that long-winded explanation? Maybe. If it's all your coins maybe not. Now, I wanted every card in there. I do actually want Patrick Willis. I'm selling him right now so I can get the coins. I'll buy him back in the future. I need a good run-stopping linebacker. But my point is, I did the set because I wanted all the cards. All the Nat cards, I needed a D-tackle, I needed a center, and I needed another wide receiver. So I did it for that reason. Now, something you could do instead of trading in the 26,000 for the playoffs hero, you could open heavyweight packs. You could open any of these other packs on. I wouldn't do veterans. Don't open veterans. They're not great. But you could open football outsiders, heavyweights, or flashbacks. Try your luck there. You know, when you're opening packs for a coin making method, it's never going to be a sure thing. I don't care what anybody tells you. There's always a chance that you're going to lose out on it just because you could just have crappy pack luck. It happens. People just have bad pack luck sometimes, and then you got people that, you know, will pull a 90 plus out of a get a player. It's just impossible to say really if it's going to be profitable for you. I think generally it will be a little bit. I think you'll make, even if you have a little bit of bad luck, like 30, 40,000 profitable. I think I had really bad pack luck, so I think I could have been more profitable if I had better luck there. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for me on this video. Y'all let me know down below. I just seen this method coming up with a lot of YouTubers, and I wanted to kind of just give y'all my impressions of it, my thoughts about it, and really whether it's worth your time, because a lot of people are very excited about it, and it is potentially good, but don't just assume that you're going to make a ton of money off of it, because you might not. You might lose money, honestly. So quick shout out here to the people that supported my last video. Thanks a lot, guys. We've got Ronnie Purnell at In The Basket 10. Frank Markley at Rank Vader, and Eagles UK at UK_Rick. And then on YouTube, we had NickTakesWs. So thanks a lot, guys, for all your support. It really does mean a lot. Again, if you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit that down below in the bell icon. Come join the Discord app. Come follow me on Twitter. Get all the latest news, all the latest tips and tricks, all that good stuff. Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. And for one last time, remember, stay average.